I know sometimes the easiest thing to do is to point fingers at the other person in the relationship, but truly and really, the problem is you. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Esther Sunday-Osuji, and today we're going to be talking about you being the problem in your relationship. I said it. The truth is, when you have issues in your relationship or you are faced with problems in your relationship, the easiest thing to do is to shift the blame to the next person or to think the other person is the problem. No. You are the problem. When there's trouble in a relationship, the two people who are in that relationship are jointly and maybe not equally, but to some extent, equally responsible for everything happening in the relationship. If the relationship is going well, both of you are doing really good things. If it's going wrong, both of you are getting it wrong somewhere. And guess who might be the problem in the relationship? You. Okay, and I'm going to tell you how you are the problem in your relationship. Number one, you lack the necessary relationship skills that you need for your relationship to grow and to flourish. And let's talk about this. Like any other job, like any other career path, like any other thing you need to do, handiwork, whatever it is, you require certain skills to grow in that, vocation or in that job or in that career path. That is it. With relationship as well. That's the same thing you need to do with relationship. You need necessary skills. You need communication skills. You need conflict resolution skills. You need conflict management skills. You need a lot of skills in your relationship, which you, my friend, do not have. And that is why you are the problem in the relationship. When there's a problem, you give your partner the silent treatment. You refuse to talk about things. That is a problem. Okay? Relationships require emotional investment and vulnerability for them to grow. And so if you keep quiet, if you don't communicate to your partner, how do they know what's troubling you? How do they know what they are doing wrong that they need to correct if you don't tell them? And so you just keep mute, you give them the silent treatment, and they're not doing anything because they don't even know what it is that you're not happy about. So also, you need to speak to them. You need to communicate to them at every point in time. If there's problems, you need to sit down together and find ways to resolve them amicably. The second thing is that you want to change your partner. Look, that is not going to work. It is hard to change adults. And here's something you need to know. As we grow, as we experience life, we change. You change. I have changed a lot from, who I used to be in previous years. And that's because of experience, that's because of exposure, that's because of growth and, life happening and life changing a lot. And that's the same thing for you. You are not flawless. You're not perfect. You have changed. If you think I'm not saying the right thing, sit down and think about some of the ideas you had in the past, some of the ways you used to behave in the past, and, compare them to now and see if it's the same thing. And it's the same thing for your partner as well. Like as they grow, they change. And you need to be able to walk with them through the changes. And there's just beauty in learning and growing together. And just knowing that, look, this person that I met 5 years ago is not the same person because they've changed. And I need to, be graceful with them and, just flow with them as well. Okay? So don't try to change them and say, oh, well, 20 years ago, you were not like this. No, they're not the same person that they are 20 years ago. They've changed. You have changed as well. And so you need to know that people change. When they change for good, that's what it is. You accept it, but don't try to mold them to who you want them to be. Adults don't change like that. Okay, so you need to come to a place where you know that, well, my partner is changing and this is good change that I'm talking about, and they don't necessarily have to change in the way that you want them to change. Remember that before you picked them, you have ensured that it ticks certain boxes of your values, that you want in a man, and that is key. That is the foundation of your relationship. I'm not talking about you compromising in your values at all. I'm talking about life changes that happen to people, maybe changes in ideology, changes, in different ways, and you want to make them conform to what your idea of change should be. No, that's not going to happen. So that is a problem that you bring to the relationship because you're trying at every point in time to change your partner, but that's not going to happen. Adults barely change. And that's why they always say to people, before you get into a relationship with anyone or before you marry them, you need to ensure that they are people who align with your values and with the qualities that you have as a person, because once you're in, you cannot change them. And that's why they also say to, Christian ladies and to people, don't go into a relationship and start praying that, oh God, change my partner. No, if your partner is not right for you at the very onset, don't go ahead. Okay? So what you need to do is not to change your partner, is to change yourself, okay? What you need to do is to work on yourself and to, allow more room and more grace for them to evolve and to grow, and for you two to grow together as a couple and to learn together as a couple, okay? So don't try to change anybody, because you absolutely cannot change anybody except they decide to change. You need to change your attitude to things. You need to change the way you see things, and then your relationship will take a better turn. Here's another reason why you're the problem in the relationship. You have an unforgiving spirit. Yes, you find it difficult to forgive people, or you're very judgmental, and this is what it's going to do to your relationship. Okay, if you're very judgmental, your partner will find it difficult coming to you to say things to you or to be really honest with you, because they know that the moment they share that problem with you or they share that issue with you, all you do is judge them. Okay, so you want to create room and an environment in your relationship where your partner can be true to you, where they can say the truth to you, where even if they've done something wrong, against you, they can come to you and confess and just be open with you. So you want to be graceful. You want to make room for forgiveness as well. There is no relationship that works without forgiveness. Your partner will, oh my God, offend the hell out of you every single day. Okay, maybe not every single day, but you get what I mean. They will offend you all the time, and you need to have a forgiving spirit to know that, well, they are human. They will err. They will, they would offend me. You offend your partner as well. So when you offend your partner, you ask for forgiveness and you want them to forgive you. But when they offend you, you don't want to forgive them. It doesn't work like that. Okay, once you decide to be in a relationship, forgiveness becomes key and central to that relationship. So you need to always practice to forgive your partner all the time. If they offend you and they apologize, you should be willing to accept, the apology, and to just make room in your heart to forgive them all the time, because it's not going to stop. Or do you think because they offended you today and they said sorry to you, that's going to stop? No, that's not going to stop. It will continue, forever. So you need to have a big space in your heart to forgive your partner at all times. Ooh, you don't want to hear this one. You don't want to hear this one, but I will say it to you because I will always tell you the truth. All right? This reason why you are the problem in the relationship is because you always take your issues to third parties and involve third parties in your marriage or your relationship rather than sitting down with your partner and solving the problem. Okay? I'm not saying don't talk to other people when you need counseling. Definitely, when you need counseling, you need counseling. You can't keep quiet and stay there and be suffering in silence, okay? But when you have normal issues that you can resolve with your partner, you need to sit them down and talk to them. You need to be able to voice your concerns in your relationship or in your marriage. If there's any problem you're going through, you need to sit your partner down and talk to them and say, hey, look, this is the problem that I have in this relationship, or these are the challenges that I'm going through, and I need you to be able to fix XYZ, or this is how you behave and I don't like it. Don't be the person in the relationship whom, when your partner offends you or does something wrong against you, you don't talk to them, but you go outside to talk about it. Nah. That's why you are the problem in the relationship. You need to sit down and communicate with your partner rather than involve third parties. You can involve third parties in your relationship, and that is when it is beyond your control. You've tried everything possible and you cannot seem to resolve that issue. Then you can find counselors or people who would help you resolve the issue. Okay, it's not talking to your whole village about it or talking to the whole community about it. It is finding people who will listen to you, people who are mature enough to counsel you properly and to counsel you appropriately, then you can speak to them. Do not suffer in silence if you're going through real problems in your relationship or through any kind of abuse. Okay, so don't resolve to just keeping quiet and wishing it will go away. No, sit down, discuss with your partner, and if two of you are not able to reach a conclusion that is good for the both of you and the issue escalates, then you can seek counseling, good counseling. Okay, here's another reason why you are the problem in the relationship. You find it hard to admit when you are wrong. Let me tell you something. If you find it difficult to accept when you are wrong, then that is a problem, not just to you, not just to your partner and to your relationship, but even to other people, because it shows that you're really highly irresponsible and highly immature. You should be able to come to your partner and say, look, I know I really messed up and I'm sorry about it. And don't say you're sorry just for saying it's sake. You need to genuinely be sorry. Okay? Don't just say, well, I'm sorry. I know, but I'm sorry. No, nobody likes that kind of I'm sorry. You need to genuinely show that you are sorry for doing what you did. All right, and admit it when you're wrong. People love it. Like sometimes your partner is not even angry because you offended them. It's because you are not even admitting that you are wrong. Okay, so learn to say sorry, learn to admit when you're wrong. That is responsibility, that is maturity. And don't think that you're never at fault. There are people like that actually feel that they are never ever wrong. And that is wrong. You see why I did that? There are people who feel like they're genuinely not wrong. Like every time there's a problem, you are pointing fingers to the other person. Meanwhile, you are the problem. Okay, so you need to know, assess the situation and say, well, I actually messed up here and I'm sorry, I take responsibility for it. Just find a place in your heart to forgive me. All right, don't try to push the responsibility or push the blame whenever something happens. Well, you are the one, you are the reason why this happened, you're the reason why that happened. Nobody wants to always take the blame. Nobody wants to always be the person that the fingers have been pointed at all the time. And nobody is wrong all the time. You are never right all the time. So you need to take responsibility for the things that you have done. And that is why there's a problem in your relationship, and that's why you are the problem in the relationship, because you never get to say sorry. You never accept it when you're wrong. Another reason is because you are caught up in past experiences and trauma, you know, from maybe childhood or from things that have happened in your life, and then it is not making you open up to your partner or just accept the love that they are giving to you. Okay, so what you need to do is to talk about those past experiences you've had in the past, help your partner understand what you're going through, and then they can help you walk through it. Sometimes it's even the case that you're fantasizing on a relationship that you never have. You know, all those your movie crushes and all those people that genuinely in life you never get to marry them, but they are occupying your mind. You know, you're like, oh, Angelina Jolie, George Clooney. We know you love George Clooney and Michael Jordan and all of those guys, but they're not for you. You need to focus on your relationship, okay? Don't like be emotionally invested in people and relationships that you can't even have, or you're just stuck in your world with someone you're crushing on who doesn't even know that you're crushing on him. And here is someone who is in a relationship with you and is in love with you, and you're not giving your 100% to them. Relationships are not a 50-50 business. It's 100%. You need to bring yourself 100% to the relationship, and they need to bring themselves 100% to that relationship, and it is 100 plus 100. Okay, so if you are going through any past trauma, any past troubles or issues that you haven't dealt with, you need to open up to your partner about them, and then two of you can walk through it and just live your best lives, loving upon each other and just being there for each other and just being really amazing with each other. And so yes, these are all the reasons why you are the problem in the relationship. So before you go again pointing fingers at other people, you need to allow yourself time to actually think and say, am I the problem in this relationship? And if you do all of these things I've mentioned in this video, then you're the problem in the relationship. You need to fix your side of things really quickly if your relationship has to stay intact. Or if you actually love the person, then you need to do something about all those problems that you are bringing upon your relationship. And I promise you, fix all of these things and see how your relationship will just get amazing. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up, press the like button, and also do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do not forget to share this video with other people and they also get value from it. I also want to engage with you, so please do follow me on other social media platforms. You will see the link in my description box below. And also, before I see you the next time, do remember to become a better version of yourself. I love you. Adios.